Welcome, wrestling fans, trading card collectors. Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Cards today. The final part in the series, part 3 of the WWF Cardinal Trivia card game wrestling card set. Kicking it off with the most iconic card in the set, Rocky Maivia, The Rock. Clearly the most sought-after card in the set. Classic Rocky Maivia from 97. Later on in 97, he turned heel, joined the Nation of Domination. His career just took off from there. Rock had a couple of magazine cards before this. He also had a Miami Hurricanes football card, if you want to count that as a rookie card. This card is seen by many mostly as his wrestling rookie card, though. This card graded fetches a really high amount, even in lower grades. With The Rock being such a major pop culture icon at this point, and seeing this as his first appearance, it's only going to go up. I still consider his 1998 Comic Images card that you've seen me post a lot of in my cards investing videos. I still think that's his key rookie card, but this one seems to fetch the highest amount right now. Next card on the list, Mankind. Looks like he has the mandible claw on Sparky Plug Bob Holly. What? Who's Sparky Plug? Well, if you don't know who Sparky Plug is, go back and check out my previous video in this set. I covered his cards. Put this video on pause and go check out the other ones if you haven't already. The true rookie card of Mick Foley is often debated between the 93 WCW magazine card and his 1995 BBM Japan card. Similar to The Rock, Mankind had a couple of magazine cards before this. He had an official trading card release in the 1998 Comic Images set, as well as The Rock, but this is the first actual card of the Mankind gimmick. So if you like Mankind, go out and get this card. Next card on the list, hey, what about me? Jumping up in the air, trying to get your attention. Wow, it's Marc Mero, Wildman Marc Mero. Wow. That's about all I have to say about this card is wow. This is when he came up to the WWF as Wildman Marc Mero. It was kind of a blend between his former character Johnny B. Bad in WCW and then what we would see in 1998 and 99 as the real Marc Mero, the Golden Gloves boxer gimmick, which, he was really a boxer, so that fit him. I never really liked or disliked any characters Marc Mero ever played, but this card is just weird. As I was doing the jumping pose, he looks like he's trying to get your attention. Jumping in the air, doing some sort of weird pose. It's not really a rookie card or any card of significance other than just being weird. But I guess if you like Marc Mero, this is a good card for you to pick up. Next card, Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Great looking card, awesome pose of Shawn with his cool gear. I always loved his gear. Going back to the Rockers, this time period was something else for Shawn. Recapturing the title from Sid at the beginning of the year, Montreal Screwjob with Brett, unlikely tag team champions with Steve Austin, and then forming DX later in the year. That's a lot of changes to go on in 1 year. But this is a really cool card. Love Shawn Michaels, one of the all-time greats. Next card, Aldo Montoya, Portuguese Man of War. I remember liking this guy when I was a kid, probably because he had a mask. I was always into guys that had masks or face paint for whatever reason. Probably just because they were larger than life. Many know this guy from his work as Just Incredible in ECW, and then I guess later back to WWE for a short period of time. He had a magazine card, but this is really the only other card of this character that was ever produced, even in later years in modern sets. Sometimes they put legends back in these, and I've yet to see an Aldo Montoya card. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you've seen any modern sets with Aldo Montoya in it. 26th card, Papa Shango. Weird choice. I mean, he's a weird character. Weird choice to put this character in this card set. Let me explain. He hadn't had an actual trading card since the 1993 Topps Wacky Wrestling set. I've showed that set in a previous Mail Day video. I'm going to do a video on that later on. You just have to stay tuned for that because that's one of the weirdest sets in pro wrestling history. He hadn't appeared in WWF or E since 1993. When he returned in 94, it was under the gimmick of Kama, Supreme Fighter or whatever. By 97, he was in the Nation of Domination, still with Kama, yet we get this card in 1997. He hadn't appeared as Papa Shango in a long time. In some WWF sets, they like to do throwbacks to legends, like I said in the previous one about Aldo Montoya. But I'm not sure if that was the intention with this card. I always loved Papa Shango. Cool to see him in here. Just little interesting to put him in randomly in a 1997 set, but cool card. Cool character. The next card on the list, and he has half the brains that you do.
And I have half the brains that you do.
Psycho Sid Vicious. This was my favorite time period of Sid, besides when he was in WCW making comments like, I have half the brains you do. My favorite part of Sid's career, though, when he was in WWF and then had a short stint in ECW. Sid had plenty of cards before this. This one really, nothing special, nothing standing out, just Sid. I mean, Sid rules. Next card on the list, the Sultan. To my knowledge, the only card of this character ever to exist. Maybe he had some magazine cards. I looked a little bit. I found him, I believe, in some backgrounds, but he didn't actually have cards of himself. For those who don't know, this is Fatu from the Head Shrinkers, Rikishi. You know, everybody knows Rikishi. They had several cards before this one, but like I said before, I think this is the only card of this character specifically. I actually loved this character, even though it didn't last very long, but it was nice memory to go through this set, see the Sultan, and realize this is pretty much his only card. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments if you found any other Sultan cards. The second to last card in this set is the Undertaker. Legendary character, however, nothing really stands out that much about this card. This came out in 97. During 97, he did have some key moments, which maybe this card would be a good representation of. First, beating Sid at WrestleMania 13, I believe it's for the title. Was involved in the first storyline featuring Kane, was involved in the first ever Hell in a Cell match with Shawn Michaels. So he had a pretty interesting 97, like I did say with Shawn Michaels earlier, how much stuff he had going on, and The Rock as well. 97 was a huge year in wrestling, probably one of my favorite years, 96, 97, a little bit of 98. But anyway, Undertaker card, never can go wrong with these. And the last card in the 1997 Cardinal WWF Trivia Wrestling Card Series, Vader. Had plenty of WCW cards and WWF magazine cards. Cool, intimidating pose. Menacing looking heel. He's ready to tear somebody up with those gloves. Maybe because they smell so bad from what we've heard. But anyway, nothing else really stands out. I liked his WWF run, but was always much of a bigger fan of his time in WCW battling Sting and Flair. But anyway, cool card. And that's it for today's video, as well as the 1997 WWF Cardinal Trivia Wrestling Card set. What do you think of this set? What do you think of the game? Do you have these cards? Did you have the game? Did you play the game? I've never personally played it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this video, what you think of this card set, and anything else you want to let me know. Especially if you have copies of that Rock rookie card, let me know. I might pick them up from you. While you're there, hit the subscribe button. If you like wrestling cards, if you like sports cards, investing, trading cards, any hobby-related content, that's what I'm going to keep putting out here for you guys. Hopefully I'm keeping you entertained. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my uploads. While you're there, social media links, Spotify links, and if you want to support the show, check out my storefronts on eBay, Mercari, and check out my cards. And until next time, see you, wrestling fans.